Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk all about how you can become that girl in a realistic and healthy way that aligns with your lifestyle. It's been about like a year since the whole that girl trend became a huge thing on TikTok, and with that a lot of people have formed their own opinions about it. Some people find it very toxic and unattainable, whilst others find it extremely motivating and inspiring, and I definitely get both sides. But today I really just wanted to give you like a healthy 10-step guide of how you can actually become that girl, or essentially just the best version of yourself. Before I start off this video, I quickly wanted to give you my take on that girl, and that is definitely not someone who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, has the most perfect aesthetically pleasing life, is always productive and doesn't have any struggles. Whilst that is not only unattainable and completely unrealistic, I feel like that's also not the healthiest way to live. So that girl to me is just someone who aspires to be the best version of herself, who loves herself deeply and also loves the life that she's living, who romanticizes the little things, and she has a lot of self-respect and confidence and sees the good in little things and has high standards and radiates good energy and good vibes. And another disclaimer I wanted to give you is that you should never compare yourself to other people, because you're so unique and your life is so different from others. So please, like with everything I'm going to be saying today, don't compare your life to mine. These are just some of the things that work for me and that I want to share with you guys. But if it doesn't work for you, don't implement it into your routine. Nothing should feel forced, it should feel natural, and if it feels forced, that's a really good sign that it's probably not the best for you. So yeah, I'm just going to be showing you 10 steps that I would give someone or give my younger self to become the best version of yourself, and I'm also going to be sharing some of my tips with that. So let's just start off with step 1, and that is to take care of yourself physically and mentally. Taking care of yourself is like a huge part of the that girl trend. In most of the pictures you can kind of see, face masks, going to the gym, drinking enough water, all that stuff, having the green juice and green smoothies. And whilst those are definitely really good things you can do for yourself, it goes way further than that. So the most important physical self-care acts, I would say, are getting enough sleep and getting deep quality sleep. Sleep is such an important thing, and it really has a huge impact on the way your day goes, on your stress levels, on your health, skin, on your muscle recovery. There's a reason why they call it beauty sleep. And another thing that is also so important is to have good nutrition and to stay hydrated, but I'll get more into that later on. And another thing is to get outside in nature, to get enough sunlight, get vitamin D and fresh air. And of course, we also can't forget to rest enough, because your body also needs to rest and recover. Some other things I wanted to mention are more on the emotional, spiritual, and mental self-care side, and those are having boundaries for yourself, saying no more often so you don't overwhelm yourself, checking in with yourself, acknowledging your feelings and expressing your feelings. That's also a huge thing. Expressing gratitude, journaling, and also really to avoid stress. Stress can be such a detrimental factor, and I really think that that is something that you should also look out for. If you have a lot of stress in life, things you might want to try out are meditation, deep breathing exercises, high frequency music, really winding down at night, not putting too much on your agenda. Things like that can help with managing your stress levels. And with all that, just keep in mind that every day is different, and every day you will have different needs. Whilst one day you might really need that workout, another day you might really need to rest and lay in bed all day. So listen to your body and try to give your body whatever it needs, and try not to self-sabotage too much. So moving on to step 2. Step 2 to become the best version of yourself would be to move your body and to take care of your body because you love it and because you want to take care of it, and not because you hate it and want to change it. I think that it's really important to make that mindset change, and that can definitely take a long time, but just working on that regularly, feeding yourself with positive self-talk can definitely help. But the reason why I wanted to talk about moving your body is just because of its amazing benefits. This past year, I've really been working out consistently and getting into fitness a lot, and it has really changed my life. I am always in such a better mood after working out, and I mean, working out just has so many great benefits. It doesn't only improve your mood, but it also improves your physical and mental health, boosts your confidence. The cool thing about working out is also that you kind of get inspired and motivated to also take care of yourself in other parts of your life. That's really what I like about fitness, is that it kind of motivates you to have a healthy lifestyle overall and not just go to the gym. But moving your body does definitely not mean to just go to the gym. There are so many different ways of moving your body and so many different sports out there, so it really is about figuring out what you like. There's basketball, volleyball, hockey, soccer, tennis, you know, horse riding, squash, whatever you want. Just try to move your body on a daily basis. And if you are struggling with that, or if you don't really know where to start, I would just simply advise you to start by going for little walks every day. It's so easy and can be very enjoyable. You can take a friend with you, grab a coffee, listen to a podcast, or just walk in silence. And it doesn't even need to be 10K steps. You can start off by 15-minute walks in the mornings or after work or whatever, and slowly increase it. I really think that it is about little progress and not overwhelming yourself. If you are trying to get into this whole health and wellness world and taking care of yourself, and it's just so important to not overwhelm yourself and be gentle with yourself, but I would definitely encourage you to move your body. Alright, so step 3 would be to nourish your body with whole nutritious foods. I've already talked about it in step 1, but I definitely wanted to dive deeper into this because I really think that this has such a big impact on your life, and once you make that change, I don't think you will ever go back. You know, like a good healthy diet boosts your immunity, it gives you clearer skin, it definitely gives you more energy. That's something I have really noticed. It can improve your gut health, and after a while your body will really start to crave those healthy foods naturally. For me personally, it has become so natural, and it really is what my body craves. So I kind of wanted to give you some tips of how I have made that lifestyle change. So my first tip would be to find some go-to healthy recipes so that you always kind of know what you can cook on more busy days where you don't have the time to try out a new recipe, for example. And especially finding some go-to healthy breakfasts, because your breakfast kind of sets the tone for your entire day, and when you start your day off healthy, you'll be more likely to continue to eat healthy throughout the rest of the day. By the way, if you are looking for inspiration for some good healthy recipes, I'll link some of my what I eat in a day videos down below so you can check those out. And I think that a really amazing part of your breakfast could be a smoothie, because smoothies are just the perfect way to get in all your vitamins and minerals that you need, and they can be so yummy if you have the right recipe. Another thing I would say is to swap soda for water and also increase your water intake, just because staying hydrated is so important. I don't think I even need to explain it anymore. Everyone says it these days, but it really is true. And I would say just to try to make the whole process easy for you. You know, fill your pantry with good whole foods. Find out some healthy recipes, like I said. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. And just make it a fun and enjoyable process of finding new healthy delicious recipes. And the last thing I would say is to use the 80-20 rule. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it basically means that you eat like whole foods for 80% and 20% are kind of for your cheap meals or like, you know, sweets. It is all about balance and honoring your cravings, and never beating yourself up for it. Like, eat the damn cookie instead and don't feel guilty about it. Enjoy that cookie and really don't beat yourself up for it, because it really isn't that deep. My fourth step is to read self-help books and listen to educational podcasts. So basically just expand your knowledge. This is also something that has completely changed my life. The reason why I love self-help books so much is because people's life lessons are literally squeezed into one little book, and it can help you so much with problems you're dealing with. So I really would look into some books that help your personal problems. So say you're struggling with self-love and self-acceptance, there are definitely some books for that out there. I would recommend The Mastery of Love, for example. If you are interested in the law of attraction and manifesting and you want to learn more about that, there are books for that. If you have been trying to make habits stick, you can read the book Atomic Habits. There's so many great books out there for all the problems we face in life. You can even read most of the books for free online these days. I definitely prefer to have the physical book in my hand, but if you aren't able to afford it, or if you just don't want to spend so much money, you can definitely look up online PDF files of the books. And I will also link my top 5 reads of 2021 in the description for you guys, because those are really 5 books that I recommend everyone to read. They're so amazing. And if there's one book that really helped me and that I think will help a lot of you to really become that girl or the best version of yourself, then I would recommend you to read the book You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. That's my all-time favorite self-help book, and that's what started this whole journey for me. So I definitely recommend you guys to check that book out. Step 5 would be to create routines and habits that help you and that make your life more enjoyable and easier. I really think that it is so cool to have a morning routine and an evening routine, for example, to set yourself up for success and that help you with little things that you might be struggling with. So say you have a really stressful life, then maybe you can implement meditation into your morning routine and having a really relaxing winding down routine in the evening. If you're struggling with keeping a clean space, maybe you want to include 5 minutes cleanups in your evening routine. It makes your life so much easier. If you make your routines enjoyable, you also have something to look forward to in the mornings. And remember, not everyone is a morning person, and that is completely fine. Like, it's all about experimenting, trying different things out, and then essentially implementing the things that work for you into your routines and letting go of the things that don't. And I'm also not just talking about your morning and your evening routine. I think there are so many different routines that can also help you, like having a cleaning routine, for example. I love my monthly reset routine. I filmed that video last week, and basically what I do every month is I deep clean my room, I reflect on the past month by journaling, and then I kind of let go of the past and move on to the present and the future and plan my new month ahead. That is something that I've been doing for a year to stay grounded and grateful. Other routines you might want to look into is a good hair care routine, so you can kind of take the stress of bad hair days out of your life. A good skincare routine. Those kind of routines can definitely help with making your life a whole lot easier. And the same goes for habits, because on bad days, your habits are the things that you usually turn to. Like, even if you're having a bad day, you still brush your teeth, you know? So that's why it is so worth it to work on your habits and to create some habits that assist you. My 6th step is something that's also so close to my heart and I feel like everyone should work on, and that is self-love and self-acceptance. It can kind of sound overwhelming and you might not even know where to start, and it's definitely a long process, but I think that it is so important to work on that because you really deserve to love yourself, and a lot of problems are fixed when you love yourself. So what helped me is just positive mirror talk and kind of complimenting yourself, looking in the mirror and literally just complimenting yourself. It sounds really weird, but trust me. Another thing you might want to look into is affirmations, maybe using journal prompts that are made specifically for self-love and self-acceptance, and also just treating yourself with love and taking care of yourself, forgiving yourself and not beating yourself up about little things or big things, doing more of the things you love. And it also really just comes down to appreciating how special you are, realizing how unique you are, and embracing that, and not comparing yourself to others, because there is no one else like you and the world really needs a you. They don't need a copy of whomever you're comparing yourself to. Just try to change negative self-talk into positive, uplifting self-talk, and remember that you are worthy, you are unique, you're beautiful, and your uniqueness is what makes you so attractive, and the world really needs you. Alright, step 7 is to manifest and to work on your mindset. I think that manifesting is also such a cool thing because I really do believe that you can create your reality to a certain extent. If you aren't familiar with manifesting and you've been wanting to get into it, something I recommend is to watch The Secret on Netflix, or just googling the terms the law of attraction, manifesting, and the law of assumption. I am personally a big visualizer. That's my favorite way of manifesting, but you can also look into scripting, manifesting, meditations. There are so many different options out there, and essentially to me it means to have hope for the future, to get clear about what you want and ask for it while staying grateful for the things you already have and staying in a high frequency. So yeah, manifesting is definitely something I would look into, as well as your mindset. Be aware of your thoughts. Are they mostly negative, and can you turn them into something more positive and uplifting? Are you really hard on yourself or not? Like, what do you think about when you're alone? Do you complain a lot? If you do, can you try to stop complaining for a day and then turn that into a week and a month, and then hopefully only complain about the really bad things in life? Find the positive in situations and try to learn from them instead of getting angry or complaining about them. I mean, obviously some things in life really do suck, but some things might not be as bad as you think they are. And there's this really nice quote, I don't know who it's from, but it's everything in life happens for you and not to you. That is such a beautiful quote because you might not realize it now. When you look back on your past, you really will realize that certain things have happened for you. Step 8 is to romanticize your life. I feel like that's a huge part of the that girl trend. And the reason why I wanted to include it is because I feel like it helps with overall happiness in your life. And to me, romanticizing is to just take a step back and notice and appreciate the little things in your life, whether that is your morning cup of coffee, the flowers that are blossoming on the street, chasing sunsets, taking the extra time to make your breakfast look visually appealing. All these things are so worth it to me, and those are things that make me happy. But obviously everyone is different, but I did want to talk about this because I think that pretending like you're the main character and romanticizing your life makes life a lot more fun. Just little things that make you happy, do it because it's your life. and no one can take that away from you. And another thing I feel like is a part of romanticizing your life is spending time alone and taking yourself out on dates. You don't always need another person to do something. You can take yourself to the museum or to that cafe you like, and when you spend time alone you also aren't distracted, which is why you're able to appreciate little things more. Okay, step 9, we're almost there, is to improve your environment. And I'm not just talking about your room or your apartment or house or whatever. I'm also talking about your work environment and the people you hang out with. So first of all, I do want to say that your space is also really important. I noticed that whenever I have a clean room and an organized room, that I'm so much more productive, so much more happy, and so much more inspired. A clear space equals a clear headspace. So I definitely advise that as well. But that also goes with friendships. So a really good way to find out whether a friend is good for you or not is to think about how you feel after you hung out with them. Do you feel really drained and do you kind of regret hanging out with them, or did the hangouts give you energy and do you feel really happy after seeing that friend? I feel like that really already kind of indicates whether you guys are a good match or not. And the same goes for your workspace or your work environment. Can you quit your job? What can you improve to make your life easier and more enjoyable? Is it toxic? Can you get out of that situation? Can you have a talk with someone to, talk about why it is a negative place for you? Whatever you can do and whatever is in your control, I recommend you to do something about that and to let go of things that aren't within your control. But overall, just try to keep a good and positive environment around you, because you really deserve that. And my last step is to be able to enjoy your alone time and spend more time alone. Alone time is such a great thing to do. You learn more about yourself when you are spending time by yourself without any distractions. I think that sitting in silence is also a beautiful thing to do. But just using that alone time to heal yourself, to get to know yourself, to figure out what you really want out of your life. And the reason why I also think spending time alone is so important is because when you are able to enjoy your alone time, you'll also be less likely to spend time with people that aren't good for you, because your standards will be a lot higher. So I really think that spending time alone is something that you can do for yourself to become the best version of yourself. So yeah, these were my 10 tips of today. Before I end off this video, I do want to remind you, it should all really feel natural and nothing should feel forced. And remember to not compare yourself to the that girl pictures, because social media is literally a highlight reel and it's never the reality. And at the end of the day, it really is about how you feel, not about how you look or how others perceive you. The that girl pictures are definitely a great source for inspiration for trying out new recipes or workouts, and they can definitely be very motivating and inspiring. And as long as they are that, I think that it is a great trend. And I also like that being healthy is something trendy now. And yeah, just don't ever beat yourself up about anything. Please don't. And just try to love yourself, be yourself, and stay true to yourself instead. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If there are any tips you want to add, or if there's anything you want to say, please leave that down below in the comments so we can help each other out. If you're interested in the content that I make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and then I'll hopefully see you next week in a new video. Bye guys!